Strength.
Endurance.
Stamina.
These aren't just words.
They're the foundation of every race.
Every wave.
Every sprint to the finish.
Out here, it's about more than just winning.
It's about pushing past pain.
Defying exhaustion.
And embracing every challenge the ocean throws at us.
When the waves are towering.
When the sand burns underfoot.
And when your body says stop.
That's when the real test begins.
This is where champions are forged.
This is where only the strongest come through.
This is the Shaw and Partners Iron Series.
Welcome to the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. It's a new era for surf sports. We've got more locations, more formats, more athletes, more prize money, and one of the most incredible summers I have ever been a part of coming up. Welcome to Wanda Beach in the heart of Sydney for round number one. I'm Josh Minogue. Joining me is former champion Courtney Hancock. Courtney, what a summer we've got in store.
Oh, the summer is going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm so excited. The athletes look fit, they look fast, and they're ready for the round one, which is going to be the Enduro one, the toughest of all.
But the action's already kicked off this summer. We started with the trial. What a weekend it was.
Oh, the trial was absolutely phenomenal. So many nerves going around. Everyone wants to be a part of this 28 field for the men's and for the women's. It was at Chugan Beach on the Gold Coast, so let's head down and have a look.
The 2024 Shaw and Partners Iron Series trial at Chugan Beach delivered some thrilling action as competitors vied for the remaining 15 coveted spots in the men's and women's fields. Across grueling heats and finals, athletes faced the full force of ocean conditions and a fiercely competitive field. In the end, only the best proved they had what it takes to join the most elite surf sports athletes in the world. The men saw standout performances from Connor Maggs of Newport taking the top spot. Hot on his heels were Riley Harland of Northcliffe and Will Savage of Burleigh Heads, whose efforts earned them second and third places respectively. The competition was intense as emerging stars battled seasoned veterans, including former Shaw and Partners Iron Series champion Matt Poole, whose inspiring comeback ultimately fell short. These qualifiers, along with 12 others, secured their positions, promising an electrifying season ahead. On the women's side, Carla Papak of Burleigh Heads led the charge, delivering a flawless performance to win first place. Piper Harrison from Newport and Northcliffe's Hannah Scully followed in second and third, both showcasing grit and determination. And in a unique twist, siblings Mitch and Dom Stitt added to the excitement by both qualifying with identical placings, marking a remarkable family achievement. With the field now set, the Shaw and Partners Iron Series is primed for an explosive, action-packed season. It certainly was a brutal weekend of racing, but the field is set. 56 athletes, our biggest ever, 28 men, 28 women, but there have been a couple of changes. We said goodbye to Harriet Brown, a former champion, and we said goodbye to Brielle Cooper. She's now pregnant, so a massive congratulations to Brielle and Matt there. Georgia Singleton will come into the field. And speaking of Georgias, Georgia Miller becomes Georgia Fitzsimmons after getting married in the off-season. Those things being said, I think she'll be at the front end of this field. Who do you like, Courtney?
The field, yes, is definitely set. The best Ironman and women in the world. Georgia Fitzsimmons, I think in the women's definitely be up there, as well as Lana Rogers, our reigning champion from last year. Look out also for Jasmine Raywood, the 19-year-old, the rookie. She's been a real shining star at the moment. In the men's, we can't go past Ali Day. He's good no matter the format, no matter how long the event will be, but also Ethan Callahan. He's a real up-and-comer at the moment, so look out for him as well.
Yeah, the future's bright for a lot of these athletes, so let's meet a couple of the superstars of the Shaw and Partners Iron Series.
This one always sucks. 3 words. You know what? I thought about it before and now I've forgotten it.
Joe, what am I? She there? No, she's not there.
3 words is a lot. I feel like 1 word is good.
Confident.
Loyal, passionate, and small.
Probably one I probably should have thought about because I did see the questions last night.
Making me self-reflect a little bit.
Fun, competitive, and lighthearted.
Gritty, determined, but nuts.
Nutcase.
Determined.
Outgoing. Ditzy. But I also think I'm a little bit fiery as well, so.
Loving, caring, and kind. Maybe they're all the same thing. Maybe I should go again, shouldn't I?
In 3 words, I'd say I'm hardworking and determined. Hardworking and determined. Oh, hang on, what? 3 words? Hardworking, determined. What?
Say confident, determined, and speedy.
What happened there? Oh, is it?
You're the teacher.
Yeah, I'm a maths teacher, by the way, so.
Things are happy and smiling behind the scenes, Courtney, but it's about to get very, very serious.
Josh, it certainly is. We've got a whole new format. It's fresh. It's also cutthroat. So let's hear a little bit more about it.
The Shaw and Partners Iron Series is back, and this year it's bigger and better than ever. 4 rounds, 18 races across 3 locations. The stakes couldn't be higher for the best athletes in the sport. Let's take a look at how this year will unfold. We kick things off with 28 of the best athletes in the country. Saturday starts with the Endurosurf, a grueling test of endurance. Then on Sunday, it's the Eliminator, where the slowest races in each round are cut until only the strongest survive. Points from these 2 formats will be tallied and the field will be whittled down to 22 competitors heading into round 2. Next up is round 2, where the intensity ramps up even further. This weekend features the lightning fast super sprint where every second counts, followed by another eliminator race. By the end of round 2, the field shrinks again, leaving only 16 competitors to battle it out in the penultimate round. Round 3 is the make or break moment of the series. This is where we determine the final 12 athletes who'll advance to round 4. And then the ultimate test of skill and strength that will crown this season's Shaw and Partners Iron Series champions in the Grand Eliminator. 4 rounds, 3 locations and just 1 goal to be crowned the Shaw and Partners Iron Series champion. We begin the entire summer with Endurosurf, the longest and toughest test of the series. This will take everything the athletes have got. The order today, soft sand run, board, swim, ski. We get to repeat that twice and the entire race is just in and out of the break. The first athlete across the line will be crowned Endurosurf champion, but it's going to take everything they've got.
Well, there you have it, everyone. There's certainly going to be some thrills and spills this season. So Josh and I, we certainly do have the best seats in the house, don't we?
Yeah, we do. But I think one person who's got a better seat than us is Jenny Parry. She's got her feet in the sand. Jen, what do you think of the summer that's coming up?
Oh, thanks, team. Yes, the absolute best seat on the beach, the front row to some of the best Iron Series action we have had in years. It's a bigger field than we've ever seen before, meaning that some of our athletes get to chase their professional series dreams. Some young faces, some old hats in the mix as well. It's going to be a massive season of iron racing.
Thanks, Jen. There's nothing left to do but get to the racing. Stick with us coming up after the break. Endurosurf. This is the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Wanda Beach is an absolute picture here today for the opening round of the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Few waves coming through, not too much on offer, but a huge day of racing. Let's take a look at the course map here for the Enduro. They're going to kick things off with a 1 kilometre soft sand run that'll take roughly 3 to 4 minutes. Board, swim, ski is the order. They'll head out and around. They'll do that 3 times. Courtney Hancock, it is the toughest and longest round they will race all summer.
It certainly is, Josh. This is going to be a really, really grueling test for every single athlete out there. So starting off with that 4-minute run, it's going to be 2 loops around the soft sand. And we know what Wanda Beach is like. This sand is going to be really gritty, really soft, and really deep.
Yeah, that is exactly right. It's going to put them under pressure. Let's take a look at the start list. We'll kick things off with the 3-time and defending champion. And in second from last summer, Georgia Miller.
And third last year was Olivia Corrin. And for the Sunshine Beach athlete, Electra Altram.
Next on the list, Tiani Massey, Lizzie Wellborn, a local girl who's got a lot to prove.
She's fought some injuries, but she is ready to fight, and that is Emily Doyle and our world champion, Naomi Scott.
Heading further down the page there, a couple of young guns with a lot to prove, Jazzy Raywood and Emma Woods.
Then we move on. We've got our Miss Consistent, Lucy Derbyshire, and the next gen winner in the red, Kalani Ives.
Yeah, watch out for her. Our trial winner, Carla Papak, and Piper Harrison. She will lead early in the run. Very good across the sand.
She loves the swell, originally from Lennox Head, Hannah Scully, and welcome back to the series, Grace Harris.
Yeah, 100%. Dom Stitt, her brother Mitch, racing as well. Lily O'Sullivan, world champion in swim and board.
She's a Newport superstar, Annalise Kibble, and one of our New Zealand athletes, and making her debut, Claudia Kelly.
Yeah, Gemma Smith, the Coolangatta Gold champions, and Bella Williams is back in the series after a couple of years out.
Burleigh Heads athlete Charlotte Cross, and the 17-year-old making her debut is Olivia Clues.
Young gun there, Lily Finardi returns. Pippi Tapanya, the youngest in the series at just 16 years of age.
And rounding out the field and both making their debut is Mia Cook and Georgia Singleton.
Yeah, one to watch there, Mia Cook from Victoria. The Warrnambool club down south made the move to the Sunshine Coast just a couple of weeks ago after finishing school. It's time to get it on. Shaw and Partners Iron Series. We kick things off with the Enduro and have a look at them go. I think that's Tiani Massey at the bottom of the screen. They're flying out in front. You've got to get in front in this run, don't you? You have to get going because you want to be on the front heading into that board leg there, and the race will just flow on from there. Basically a 1 kilometre soft sand run, board, swim, ski times 3. The girls get into their work, and there's a few really notable runners in this. Pippi Tapanya, Piper Harrison, the two girls from Newport on Sydney's northern beaches. They've done a bit of cross-country running in the past. They're very, very good. Watch for them early on, and we can see already into that transition they're starting to string out a little bit, and there's a couple of girls under pressure on the back. Emma Woods there, maybe not a noted runner, but she'll work her way into it on those water legs.
Definitely. You look to see the girls that are looking, I guess, to set that pace. You've got the likes of Carla Papak, Gemma Smith, both Coolangatta Gold winners. Electra Altram won the 1K run last year. Piper Harrison and Pippi Tapanya, they are cross-country state champions, so look out for them. They know how to run.
Yeah, Piper Harrison in 1, Electra Outram in 2. Looks like Tiani Massey not too far away. Pippi Tapanya's there as well. Georgia Fitzsimmons not too far in front of Kalani Ives. The rest of these girls nice and strung out there. First time under the arch, they'll turn and go back again. It took them roughly 1 minute 20 to do that first lap, so we're heading close to probably a 3-minute run. A couple of girls, and a lot of those girls in the green togs at the back, they are the qualifiers from last summer who auto-qualified. In the gold togs, Lana Rogers, the defending champ. The ladies in pink had to work their way through the trial, and in red is Kalani Ives, our next-gen winner, and she's sitting up inside the top 6 at the moment. So that is the gap as they went through that arch the first time, and a couple of notable names a little bit further down than they would have liked. Your Lily O'Sullivans there, your Dom Stitz, Lily Finardi, and a few girls right at the back. Emma Woods, Naomi Scott, Emily Doyle, who I would have expected to be a lot further up.
Yeah, definitely. Remember, they're going straight into the board. So as you mentioned before, Josh, they really want to clear out. As we see Piper Harrison in front there, Electra Altram, not surprised to see, as well as Lana Rogers, a very well-noted runner. And you see the girls, if you look at their feet, just how deep their feet are going into the sand. Wanda Beach is absolutely renowned for that. It is really, really tough. So their heart rate when they jump onto this sport, it's going to be the athletes that are able to control their heart rate and know their bodies really well and know how to push, what type of pace they can push to then jump on that board and get straight into their stroke.
Electra Outram has taken the lead over Piper Harrison. You're exactly right. Has gone up into that sort of threshold zone there, and you don't want to push too far past that, because if you go into the red zone, the heart rate will spike. You'll start burning a few more matches, and at this point, to be honest, we probably have 35 minutes or 33 minutes worth of racing left, and if you spend too much in this opening run, you might get out in front, but what's the reward here if you can't get it done on the back end? The girls' turn. Board is next. They'll do board, swim, ski 3 times, and it's Electra Outram who's the first into the water for the Shaw and Partners Iron Series for 2024-2025, and she's being chased by Piper Harrison, Tiani Massey, Lana Rogers. The one I want to watch on this is, where is Lizzie Wellborn, the best board paddler in the sport? She is going to use this one as a weapon to try and get herself out and into the race, and they're spread out, but not a massive gap separating these ladies at the moment, because there's a few girls struggling, but the rest are sitting pretty in that chase pack.
This is the moment that we're going to see the athletes who's been really working on that run to board and who's fatigued themselves a little bit more than what they'd like going into this enduro event. Electra Outram to me looks really, really good. She's a naturally gifted runner. We'll see the likes of Lana Rogers. She's also very good. Piper Harrison's right up there. So it's pretty crunched. You can see a few girls lying down. That is purely from, we just came off that 4-minute run, and instead of the specialist format where they have a 5-minute break, they have gone straight into it. So I can't tell you how hard that is, and the lactic acid, even though these women are the fittest in the world, the lactic acid is 100 out of 10.
A couple of big names right at the tail end heading onto that board. So Naomi Scott, the world champion, was last onto the board, 34 seconds down, just in front of her, a couple of her teammates from the Northcliffe Club. Hannah Scully, one of the best board paddlers in the field. Olivia Corrin, 3rd place in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series last year. She goes in there in 26th place. So not what you want. As we heard before the break, the series a lot different to what it was last year, Courtney Hancock. It's like one big eliminator along the way. We're going to drop athletes, not today, but at the end of tomorrow. You need a good result here with the points from today and tomorrow adding up, and our bottom 6 will go home. So if you're heading down in that bottom sort of 6 or 8, that's not where you want to be after today, and you're going to need a big performance in the eliminator tomorrow to get it done. Some notables that are sort of sitting mid-pack at the moment. Gemma Smith, I liked her pre-race. She won the Coolangatta Gold this year. Good to see her back. She's an absolute endurance animal, will go all day, and she tried to go to the Olympics for kayaking, has come back to the sport, and I think she'll just get better and better as this race goes on. But out in front, Electra Outram from Sunshine Beach on the Sunshine Coast. This race was her best performance last year. She finished 3rd in it, and then from then on, she was pretty consistent inside that top 10, and I think she's looking to perform again and really set her summer up.
Yeah, she's coached by Wes Berg at Sunshine on the Sunshine Coast there, and she trains extremely hard. She's a naturally gifted athlete. We saw her last year, and we saw moments where she could win the series, and she's certainly looking like that at the moment. I think she's really stamping her authority as we see Tiani Massey not too far away, Lucy Derbyshire as well. And for these girls at the moment, it's also, are they going to be a little bit more tactical? They can sit and watch. As I say that, Electra Outram out in front, Josh.
Yeah, Electra Outram, massive runner. She'll turn that one into a wave, and the gap just opens and opens and opens. Tiani Massey there, caught in no man's land. 4 on the wave behind. They'll pick this up and run it all the way to the beach. They've done a fantastic job, but Electra Outram, she's not worrying about reputation, back end, any of that sort of stuff. She's grabbed this race by the scruff of the neck, and she's going after it. Up and into transition for the first time. She'll head out into the swim, and the gap, it just sort of extends and gets bigger and bigger. And these girls have got to be careful. It's only early days, and there's a lot of racing to be done. But if you let Electra Outram go, you let her have a bit of confidence, I'm sure she'll get away with it. It looks like Lizzie Wellborn, next one up on the beach. They're chasing very, very hard, but she is absolutely surrounded by some of the best in the business as they work their way up into this transition. And we take a look at the gap, the all-important gap there from 1st to 2nd. I would say it's really started to blow out. She went in with maybe 5 seconds. Tiani Massey, 20 seconds down in 2nd place. Huge lead this early in the race.
And especially being the enduro as well, you see a lot of athletes coming through. They might feel they need a little bit more recovery after that 4-minute run compared to some others. We saw Gemma Smith just come through. So she's won the Coolangatta Gold. She'll get ready to go. But we do have our Jenny Parry down on the sand. So Jen, what have you got for us?
I tell you what, we knew that there would be a surprise package in this race. We weren't expecting that it would be Electra Outram in the very first leg. The gap that she now has on the rest of the field is phenomenal. We knew that she was good. She's been in the series before. However, has she gone too fast too soon?
Yeah, exactly right. She only knows how much work she's done, and I think Electra Outram, she races like this. She's not worried about it. She just grabs it by the scruff of the neck and rips in. And I think sometimes, especially the guys do it a bit as well, they worry about the length and do I have enough in the tank? And sometimes you just got to sort of throw it out there and maybe get a wave, rest and recover when you can. And before you know it, you're 6 or 7 legs in and you've got plenty left in the tank and you've got enough to get to the end. So only the girls know what they're doing. Only the girls know how hard they're working. And I think Electra Outram's doing the right thing here. Take it when it comes.
I think you've got to back yourself and go for it because it's going to hurt no matter what. This enduro format, we heard the athletes saying it's cutthroat, it's grueling, it's tough. That moment that you feel like you want to stop, that's when you've got to get going. They've got to go for it. At the moment, Electra Outram, she actually reminds me of Lana Rogers. We saw Alana a few years ago race at Kingscliff, and this is exactly what she did. She went from the start, she held on, and she was so dominant, and she kept the lead the whole time. There's one thing I also have to add, Josh. She's out there not fighting. We just see this first can. Look at the girls, bang, coming in there now. Electra Outram's got the whole ocean to herself.
Yeah, all on top of each other, and we can see those green togs there. They're the girls from last year. That's your Tiani Massey, your Lizzie Wellborn, your Lana Rogers, Georgia Fitzsimmons in there, and Lucy Derbyshire as well. So that's that chase pack. It looks like Georgia Fitz closest to us. Maybe Lana Rogers on the outside, Tiani Massey hanging in. That's 2, 3, and 4. Lucy Derbyshire in there as well, and so's Lizzie. So they're the big guns. They're the ones you'd expect to be at the front of this race, but there is a long, long way to go, and there is a lot of very hungry young ladies in this series will try to make their mark. They know how much prize money, what's at stake, the opportunity they have here. $400,000 of prize money in the Shaw & Partners Iron Series. There's Electra Outram, a little wave goes underneath her, plus an Isuzu MUX for the overall series winner. You can't win it today, but if you get a good result, you set your summer up, you get a bit of confidence from it. That's the key. Waves coming through, and there's going to be more and more waves as the day goes on. Who can pick this one up broken? I don't think anyone. Maybe Outram on the front there. She'll just try and wash down that, misses it there. Out the back, they'll get a push, and this is the smallest Wanda's been for the last few days, but there's plenty of waves on offer, and that low tide right now is going to mean they'll start to run through, especially board and ski. They're going to get waves all the way from those cans, but if you can pick one up in the swim like Electra Outram might be doing here, cracks one, happy days. And a ticket to ride, and it is all going Electra Outram's way at the moment. And I think it's a reward for effort. She's put herself out in front, and she keeps getting leaders' waves.
Yeah, if you put yourself out in front, they're the type of waves that you're going to get, and you're going to be out there in front. But Electra looks fantastic. She, as we saw her in that first run, she's so light across the sand, and if you can get a wave today, it is going to do so much for you, not only distance-wise, but also just having a little bit of recovery. So Electra Outram in a moment will give you her lead. I feel like Josh is extended. I'm going to go maybe more like from 20 to 30 seconds now.
I think you'd be spot on there. Lana Rogers in second place. Lizzie Wellborn looking very, very comfortable as well. Jazzy Raywood will go up and around. Tiani Massey there as well. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Georgia Fitz in 6, working very, very comfortably in there. And then Pippi Tapania at only 16 years of age from the Northcliffe Club, not too far away, down in 9th place there. A great start to her Shaw & Partners Iron Series from the youngest in the field, and she's not one to be overawed, is she? We've seen her race these girls in the open competition at the World Ocean Series at a couple of events already this summer, but it's a real step up here in the Shaw & Partners Iron Series, and to see her mixing it at the top end is very, very good. We head further down, the gaps and those leaders there on the back half. Piper Harrison, after leading very early on in 22nd place. Bella Williams, Grace Harris, plenty of work to do. It's heading out to roughly a minute at the moment for these girls, and that is a long, long way to try and make up, despite having sort of 6 more legs to go. Heading down onto the beach, Jenny Parry is in the thick of the action.
Oh, thick of the action, and I'm having a quick little chat to Kai Hurst, the best surf swimmer we've ever seen. You've got Kalani Ives in the action here. How's she feeling? How's she managing the nerves?
I think, like the rest of the athletes are exceptionally nervous. It's always nice to break the ice with the first race of the series, but she's fantastic. She's done all the work. She's done everything right. She's put it all together. Now it's just the time to put on a show for her. So, I'm excited to watch her, and, she's looking good. I'm quietly confident.
Now, we've got lots of teenagers, lots of debutantes in the mix. What advice would you be giving them?
Oh, look, for these guys that are not racing today, to come down here and, have the opportunity to watch the best of the best, I think, you just got to look at them and dissect, all of these athletes from number 1 right through to number 28, and, because they all have great qualities, but they also carry weaknesses too. So to be able to identify that, I think early on in the age, I think is an awesome opportunity.
Kai, thank you so much for the chat. We'll let you get back to it. Good luck to you and the team. We'll see you soon.
Cheers. Thank you.
Kai Hurst, 4-time Shaw & Partners Iron Series champion and one of the all-time greats, an Olympian as well. He knows what's up. This is the chase pack there. Jasmine Raywood, one of the best ski paddlers, and a young gun as well, only young. This is where I think they're going to start to chew into that lead ever so slightly. Jazzy Raywood, you'd spoken about her pre-race over the last couple of days, how good she is. Australian junior kayaking team, Australian junior swimming team, Australian junior surf team, and a Shaw & Partners Iron Woman. She's in second. The future is so bright from the young lady from Burleigh Heads, and she's going to chew into this lead of Electra Outram. We can see Lizzie Wellborn and Lucy Derbyshire in the background as well. They're sitting pretty in that top group, but Raywood just on the left of screen there trying to close the gap, and Outram maybe just coming back ever so slightly, and there's a few runners out the back starting to work their way through.
There's a few waves coming through. We spoke before, if you can get a wave today. We've got Electra Outram. She's just got a little one, but the danger zone is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 behind her coming through with Lana Rogers, Lizzie Wellborn, Jasmine Raywood, Tiani Massey. We've got Lucy Derbyshire just behind there, and they are only one little wave behind now.
Bang, the gap disappears. Electra Outram goes from 20 seconds to, I would say, 2 or 3 seconds after the first full run of board, swim, ski. So we're back to a race in, let's be honest, probably 5 or 6, and then you'd add another 5 on the wave behind. That's Tiani Massey. Gemma Smith's had a massive paddle. That's her on the pink ski there, but Outram will lead. They've done board, swim, ski once. We've got twice more through that. 14 minutes roughly so far, so we're expecting another sort of, let's say, 25 to 30 minutes worth of racing, and the gap's gone from 18 seconds down to almost nothing there. Lana Rogers comes in and around. Lucy Derbyshire is there. Lizzie Wellborn, Jasmine Raywood. Raywood probably not as quick across the sand as the rest of those girls. She's just letting a little bit go through transition, but Lucy Derbyshire looks lightning quick through there. She's heading onto her best leg now, and Outram, she's really got to go to work if she wants to stay consistent. Georgia Fitz, Claudia Kelly on debut, having an absolute stellar race inside the top 10, as is Corrin. That was Lily O'Sullivan. Mia Cook, one of the young guns from Victoria. Annalise Kibble and Carla Papak. Watch for Papak, Kibble and Cook to work their way in this. They're real endurance athletes.
We are 1 lap down and we have 2 to go. So I feel like you're going to see the swimmers coming through. Naomi Scott, Lily O'Sullivan as well. They mentioned that they didn't really, that run straight up. They just wanted to get through it. But we'll go back down to the beach and we'll see what Jenny's up to.
Oh, I tell you what, you mentioned Naomi Scott earlier. I've been keeping an eye on her. She was last heading into the water, but now she is working her way through the field. She's about 12th at the moment, and a few of the girls look like they are starting to fatigue. If you haven't done an enduro before, if you haven't done a Coolangatta Gold, this is a tough introduction to the Shaw & Partners Iron Series. A lot of tired bodies, but a lot of distance yet to travel.
You're spot on, Jenny, and I think Naomi Scott was in 28th at one point. She's worked her way up into about 12th, and she'll continue, or 13th, and she'll continue to work her way through this field. And somebody who's working her way through the field, bottom of the screen, Lizzie Wellborn, the best paddler in the sport, without a shadow of a doubt, has had some great results in the past, but to be completely honest, she's been a perennial bridesmaid. She's had a couple of overall series podiums, 11 race podiums, and only 2 wins in her 10th year in the series. It's now or never for Lizzie Wellborn, isn't it?
This is Lizzie's year to do it. Absolutely. She's her 10th year in the series, as you mentioned that before, Josh. And I love the way Lizzie goes about her board paddling. She's confident. She goes for it. And you've got to put it all out there. We see Lana Rogers racing a little bit differently. She's using a bit of the wash riding, and she's just getting ready. I think we're watching Lana Rogers. I think she's getting ready to go on the last lap. But Lizzie, she wants to get out there in front. She's very good at leading as well. She knows how to lead from the front. Electra Outram, I have to to say she's still looking really, really strong. It's quite difficult being out in front, not knowing the distance behind you, and having a phenomenal pack of Iron women hunting and working together to catch you.
What's the mindset of an Electra Outram here? You've been miles out in front, you've been caught. How do you reset and sort of not let the race continue to deteriorate?
I think when you get in front in a race like this, you can't say to yourself, this is my race to lose, because it's not. Anything can happen in surf sports, and we know that. We've seen it time and time again. She's just got to reset now. I think the way she's going, she has led a lot of this race so far, so maybe trying to jump on Lizzie would not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Lizzie, as we know, a renowned board paddle, fantastic, the best in the field so far. So jumping on then and just really see if she can relax maybe for a leg or two. If I was Lizzie, I'd be pulling it right now and going for it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There's runners out the back for a few. Maybe Gemma Smith starting to work onto one there in the background in the pink. So Lizzie Wellborn's used her weapon and she's used it to her advantage. Absolutely blown the field wide open now. Lana Rogers on the right. Lucy Derbyshire gets down one as well. Outram will get that to the beach. And Lizzie Wellborn's basically had to paddle the entire way to the sand. This is the chase pack as well, working very, very hard, trying to get back into it. On the far side, one or two get down that one. And as the girls hit the sand, they'll go up and past Jenny Parry.
Tell you what, we have got the ladies in green. They are the superstars from last year. The top four, the pack comes through. They're looking good. They're looking very, very determined. The chase is on out the back. Lizzie Wellborn, what a masterclass. So good on the board. And it's going to be a tough race. When you've got this many legs 12 times around the cans, you've got to make every opportunity count.
Yeah, spot on there. You don't get many shots at it. And here comes Georgia Fitzsimmons and Gemma Smith. Watch for the swimmers in this one. Your Lana Rogers is going to really go to work here. Your Georgia Fitz is going to go to work as well. Claudia Kelly on fire at the moment. Absolutely smashing her debut. She's from East End in New Zealand. She does a lot of her work over there. Great ski paddler. Very, very strong on the ski and board. She's got a bit of work to do here in the swim. But if she can tack on to Georgia Fitz, that's what you want to do. Tack on. Let her take you around and sort of manage your weak legs and then use your best legs to your advantage. And that's what we saw Lizzie Wellborn do in the last one. Her board leg is her gun and she fired it.
And this is the moment in the race where you'll see a lot of the Iron women may take some hydration, some nutrition out there. You might see some gel, some flat Coke. It's very hot. It's 25 to 30 degrees out there and rising. So we'll wait and see. We see a lot of the girls in the pink. That is the trialists out there.
Yep.
As they were coming through, you look at a few of the faces, who's got their heads, eyes down a little bit, who's got their eyes up. I felt the likes of Annalise Kibble. She looked really good. With Gemma Smith just coming off the win in the Coolangatta Gold, she looks like she's really winding up now and going. So whether she'll take it to Georgia Fitzsimmons in the swim there in that second pack, whether she'll sit behind, we'll wait and see in a moment.
And you can tell this race is starting to get tough because the girls are starting to group together. Outside that top, I would say 7 girls, there's only 20 seconds separating basically the next 20 after that. So it's pretty tight on the back half of the race. It's sort of the front group, then a little chase group, and then well, basically they're all strung out, and depending on who's got a strength and who's got a weakness, they just bounce back and forth, back and forth. So while they're out in the swim, we'll head back down to the sand. Jenny Parry, who have you got for us?
Oh, I've got Mitch Trim. You're handling for Gemma Smith, the Coolangatta Gold champ. You've got to think the longer this race goes, the better she's going to get.
Yeah, absolutely. She's put in a heap of work over the off-season, and, she won the Coolangatta Gold a couple of months ago. She won the Ocean Ski Race Doctor only a few weeks ago. So I think the longer this race will go, the better she'll go.
And how good is it just seeing her back in the series? We've missed her. She's back, and she's showing that she deserves to be here.
Oh, absolutely. She's the best human in the world. She works so hard, and it's so great to see back out mixing with the elite Iron women.
Oh, we do love having her here. We'll let you go and celebrate. I should say go and handle a little bit more. Long way to go. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Heading down there, Mitchell Trim, 6-time medalist in the ski race at the Australian Championships and one of the best guys in the sport without a shadow of a doubt. And Gemma Smith right alongside him there. Good handling for Gemma Smith, and she's working her way into this one very, very nicely. You can see those packs that have really developed. Our leaders, Outram, Wellborn, Derbyshire, Rogers there. They're still sort of hanging on. Nobody dropping off the back. I'd probably expect maybe... I don't want to say Lizzie Wellborn, but I think she'd be the one most under pressure here in this lead group in the swim leg.
Yeah, Lizzie's been swimming, I have to say, really well. The improvement in her swim, she was smart enough to realise, okay, that's where I want to improve, that's where I need to improve. But she's looking really good at the moment. I feel like the girls, it's on, isn't it? They're really battling and fighting. We've seen a few of the arms hit. And here we go, up and about. You've got to be really aware of those waves coming through.
Yeah, if you keep your head down and keep going, it's all about body surfing. Now, one off the back, big mistake there. One off the back. The other four will get a ticket to ride all the way to the beach. And small mistakes have a massive impact in these races. And if you... Well, things like that, that's where it comes undone. Lana Rogers, no issue at all. Tiani Massey, very easy. Electra Outram and Lizzie Wellborn. I think it was Lucy Derbyshire who dropped off the back there. And not a mistake that we're used to seeing from one of the best in the business. Second in the Coolangatta Gold earlier this summer, the Shaw & Partners Coolangatta Gold. Second at the World Championships to Naomi Scott. Lucy Derbyshire has been very, very good all summer long because she hasn't made mistakes like that. And dropping off the back, it doesn't seem like much, but it's 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 9 seconds in the end, I think it is, to Derbyshire there. That's a massive mistake.
Yeah, it was. Just that little head pop at the end. Just maybe a little extra breath with just that one moment. And now Lucy's going to have to work really, really hard to get back on this front pack.
Jenny Parry on the beach.
Oh, I tell you what, every time a little pink cap or a little yellow cap falls down a wave, the crowd is going wild down here. This is why we come to Wanda. This is why you want to be part of the Shaw & Partners Iron Series. The top four look very comfortable out in front, but all of the action is in 5th to 15th.
Yeah, you're spot on there. It is only 15 seconds separating Gemma Smith, who's on the lead of that pack and chasing very, very hard. And the girls all the way down, sitting outside the top 10. And it's just a back and forward. We saw a couple jump up. Jazzy Raywood down in 19th now. She was as high up as 4th at one point. But our leaders at the moment, out in front, Lana Rogers. And you said before, Lana Rogers was sitting pretty comfortably in the back there. And I think now's go time. They've just got board, swim and ski left after this one, and it's time for the big movers to make their move, and it looks like Lana Rogers, the defending 3-time series champion, is doing it right now.
We always knew Lana was going to go at one moment. You could just see her just waiting, ready to pounce, should I say. So if the girls are smart out there, they will do exactly the same thing. They might use Lana a little bit with the wash and then make a moment to pounce. I think that's going to be how you're going to beat Lana Rogers today.
And good racecraft as well from Lizzie Wellborn on the yellow ski on the left. She went up alongside Lana Rogers, didn't give her the easy lead, has tucked on the inside to get around there. So it's Lizzie in 1, Lana Rogers in 2 on the outside, Electra Outram on the white, Tiani Massey, the blue and pink. That is another blue, pink and ski from Lucy Derbyshire, who'll sneak around. Georgia Fitzsimmons there as well, working into it. Gemma Smith's a big mover. That's her going around on the pink ski, really starting to get a wriggle on at the moment. And great work from her. Claudia Kelly's there as well. So watch for a big move from Claudia Kelly there on the blue and pink on the outside. So a couple of similar skis for these girls. Not making it very easy for the commentators up here, but you can see as they start to work for home, Lizzie Wellborn on the left, Lana Rogers on the right. That's Lucy Derbyshire going the long way round. I think she sees something that we don't, but earlier in the day, Courtney, you mentioned me, if I was coming in, I'd be coming in on the far right.
Yeah, I watched the surf for a little while this morning at Wanda Beach. It's just got that renowned south side there. We see Lucy Derbyshire, and she's picked it up. So she knew she had to work hard from that little mistake. And, well done to Lucy doing that, because when you make a mistake, you can go two ways as an athlete. Frustration, or in your mind go, okay, I did that, I won't do it again. Let's kind of get going and let's catch up to that first pack.
Key moment. I think a key moment of the race. If Lucy Derbyshire goes on to win, it might be this ski leg that we look back on and go, that was where she won it. Lizzie Wellborn tries to come over the top. Tiani Massey, the pocket rocket from Maroochydore on the Sunshine Coast, will jump up. Oh, a little bit of carnage up and over. Well done to Electra Outram for the hurdle there, but have a look at Lana Rogers get into her work. Those transitions are getting quicker and quicker and quicker. She's starting to wind up, turn the screws, put these girls under pressure. It's Rogers in 1, Massey in 2, Outram in 3, Lizzie Wellborn and Lucy Derbyshire. That is your big 5 as they go in and around. Sorry, Derbyshire and then Wellborn. That's your big 5 as they go round, and I think the winner with one board, swim and ski to go comes from this 5. I think the rest of these girls, while they've fought valiantly, I think the race comes from here.
Absolutely, and I think we'll go down to Jen. She is right there in the middle of the blood, sweat and tears.
Oh, absolutely. And there are some Tide ladies making their way through the field. But wow, that group of 5, they are really making their presence felt. It is going to be so tough for anyone else to bridge that gap. We've got an incredible field assembled. And just the sheer volume of athletes we have going around the course, 28 ladies, the largest field ever assembled. It feels new, it feels different, and something very exciting is about to happen.
Yeah, you're spot on. It's go time here in the Endurosurf, the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Dom Stitt in 8th place. She had a couple of races last summer in the Iron Series, but sort of 2 injury replacements at the end, didn't get a full tilt at it. This is her first full tilt, sitting inside the top 10, race number 1. It's a great start, and she's got that endurance background working out of Mooloolaba with Reece Drury, somebody who's been in the series for a long, long time and is genuinely one to watch. So Dom Stitt on fire. We'll see her brother Mitch coming up in the men's race just in a few, less than an hour's time. The girls are away. Lizzie Wellborn's off the back. You can see this group going to work, and Electra Outram has gone back to the front here. So Outram led early. She let the other girls come back to her, and now she's gone back on the front here. And I thought Lana Rogers was going on with it, but 1 or 2 waves have just slowed her down, and Lizzie Wellborn under the pump on that yellow board. She's got to tack back on and use this leg to her advantage.
The top 5 girls at the moment, they have just stuck to each other like glue. A couple of them made a few mistakes, dropped back, but they made sure they really kept connected. Lizzie Wellborn, great example. She might have felt a little bit of fatigue going through that transition, but she's used her weapon leg of the board, and she's right back there. I think with an enduro race, Josh, if you feel good, go for it. If you're not feeling good, maybe, you need to use a bit of wash. But at the moment, I think everyone's had their moments.
You said something to me once in commentary that you ride the highs and you use them to your advantages, and then you just manage the lows as best you can. And it always stuck with me because over 40 minutes, we're now half an hour in with a couple legs to go. It's not going to feel good the entire way. You're going to have ups and downs. And I think that's what Electra Outram, Lizzie Wellborn, Lana Rogers have done really well, is when they haven't been comfortable, when they haven't been good, it hasn't destroyed their race. And when they have felt good, they've really put everybody else under pressure. And I think that's what Electra Outram's doing here. She's gone back to the front, starting to go to work that right-hand side. Lana Rogers back on, 1, 2, bang. Look at that, opens the gap up. And she was alongside Lucy Derbyshire, and for some reason, Rogers got down it, Derbyshire didn't.
Lana's very good at getting down those little tiny runners. We've seen her time and time again that they've added up and given her a win at the end. She's 3-time Shaw and Partners Series champion. So she wants more. She's going for 4. She's absolutely in great shape at the moment. Electra Outram, I feel, is racing very similar to Lana at the moment. So she definitely hasn't got it all her own. But I want to see, when they go into this swim, are we going to see the pace lift up? They've got a break now. Is Lana, might have a little look behind and go, okay, this is the biggest break that I've had since the start. Let's go for it. But Jenny's right down there, and she'll give us all the information.
Oh, it's getting exciting down here. Lana Rogers and Electra Outram are making their move. Their transition, they absolutely flew. But Tiani Massey is determined not to let them get away. Tiani, she's had such a strong showing since she entered the series just a few years ago. This is going to be fantastic. Who can grab some wash? Who can race smart at this late stage of the race when, let's face it, their heart rate has been 200 plus for the last 25 minutes?
Yeah, you're spot on there, Jenny Parry. That top 5 absolutely flying. This is the chase pack going through. Dom Stitt moved from 8th up into 5th place there, leading these girls around, doing a great job. Continues to fire. Carla Papak as well. She was as far down as 19th at one point, has worked her way up into the top 10 as well, so she'll be very happy with that day. There is Georgia Fitz. She didn't have the greatest start last series in this event, had a 9th place, built into it, ended up finishing with a couple of wins to end the summer, but she said it was that opening race that hurt her series chances. She's having a similar one here today. She had a tough off-season, well, tough's a hard one. Her partner over at the Paris Olympic Games got a silver medal over there. Fantastic performance by Riley. They got married as well, so a disrupted but wonderful off-season, and she's building into this summer, and I think she'll get better and better after this race is done. It was always going to be her toughest test.
And also, to make this race even tougher, we've thrown some potholes in there. that wasn't us. We don't do that. That is Mother Nature. But to make this even harder, it's getting hotter out there. It's getting longer. The big potholes out there. I can't tell you, when your legs are fatigued, even just from a normal day on the beach, add potholes in after your 4-minute soft sand run. They are into the second last leg of 9. It is grueling doesn't even come close. Describe it.
That's exactly right. Lana Rogers leads. Electra Outram hot on her heels there. Big moves from Tiani Massey in third. She's breaking away from the rest of that group. Lucy Derbyshire as well. She had a great start in this race last year. Let's take a look at the replay. This is where Rogers got away. Just went straight away, bang from Lucy Derbyshire on the right-hand side. Outram got it as well, and Massey, Lizzie Wellborn, Lucy Derbyshire were left wondering what they'd have to do to get on that lead wave. Luckily, they got a little one behind, but it's a game of inches, isn't it? Lana Rogers was inches away from Lucy Derbyshire. She picks it up. She's in the lead and breaking away from Electra Outram, if I'm completely honest. And Lucy Derbyshire, she's stuck in fourth, hanging on to Tiani Massey, who I think is closing the gap. Big swims from the pocket rocket from Maroochydore on the Sunshine Coast. She's coming back and trying to tack onto Electra Outram with, well, just half a swim and a ski leg left to go.
That was a big moment right there. It was just that 10 metres. Remember, we are into the second last leg. We've only got one ski to go, so we have the expectation when we see the Iron Women jump up, this is going to be the quickest transition that we've seen yet.
Lana Rogers' transitions have been fantastic round after round after round. She keeps getting better, and I think this is going to be the best one she's ever got. They head into the break zone. Jenny Parry, who have you got for us?
Oh, I found Naomi Flood down here on the beach. Naomi, we are anxiously awaiting the girls to come back through. These transitions are so fast. The fitness, next level.
Yeah, this is really tough. It's really good to see so many girls flying today. Starting with that brutal run, that's definitely not my cup of tea, but the girls are having a really good crack. It's a really exciting race. You can't seem to get away at the moment, so it's going to be good this last leg coming up.
And the largest field we've ever seen. I feel like there's just athletes running everywhere at the moment. Very different, but new series is an exciting series.
Yeah, it's great to be back on the beach. Everyone's really pumped. Lots of girls. It's great to see the future of the sport really pushing through, and good to see the winner today and get stuck in tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. We'll let you go and cheer. Fantastic work. Thank you.
Naomi Flood, a lot invested in this leader right now. Have a look at Lana Rogers. Tiani Massey, massive move there. Swum herself up into second place. That's Olivia Corrin. She's getting back into it as well. Corrin's built into it fantastically. The world ski race champion from New Zealand, and she's going into what is normally her best leg here, so expect her to make up some ground, but this is the key moment. Rogers is out in front. Outram chasing hard along with Tiani Massey and Lucy Derbyshire. Wellborn's close, but 13 seconds may be too much to make up. Olivia Corrin, a podium place possibly, but it's going to take something special. Raywood's done a fantastic job to get back up into it and get into the middle of this race. A fantastic swim there from Naomi Scott as well. So fantastic from these girls. Papak's having the race of her life. This will be her best result ever. And the girls are into that final leg.
They are. This is it. This is all comes to everyone's hurting at the moment. Whatever level it may be, everyone is hurting. I feel the pack is coming in. We see Lily O'Sullivan, Hannah Scully, Dom Stitt, Carla Packpack. They're really fighting now because they've got a lot of about 10 girls altogether. We're definitely going to see the winner from our top 5 right now.
Yeah.
Lana Rogers. It's going to take Tiani Massey something really big.
Second, third, fourth and fifth, they need waves. Outram, Massey, Derbyshire and Wellborn, they'll need something because last leg on a ski, Lana Rogers is as tough as nails. She mightn't be the fastest ski paddler in the field, but when they're exhausted, I don't think anyone's better. She's efficient, she's gritty, and she gets out there and just gets the ski moving. You can see the ratings nice and high. She keeps it ticking along when it's tough, and it looks like Lucy Derbyshire's come up alongside Tiani Massey in the fight for second place. Lizzie Wellborn has gone past Outram, who's down into her lowest spot for the entire race. Incredibly, led by as much as 20 seconds at one point, now is down in 5th place. But the defending champion, she's a 3-time champion, won it in 2020 and 2021. She won last summer as well, and she's looking to add another Shaw & Partners Iron Series race win. She's had 11 in the past, and this would be number 12. But there's still a bit of racing to go. Lana Rogers leads the final leg. Tiani Massey ups the rating, finds a little runner, and she's closing the gap. Massey is on fire.
She is, isn't she? That's the Tiani Massey coming around that runner. She's really good. We know how fierce she is. Lana Rogers, she's just in one of the little pockets at the moment, really trying hard. Lucy went out to the south off that last can, but she's chopped back around. Lana Rogers has found something, but this is, Josh, this is all really coming down to the final metres.
Rogers is down a little wave there. I think this might be enough. Tiani Massey came up alongside her, but the southern end for Rogers has proved the difference. There is Lucy Derbyshire on the far end, but she's got a long, long way to come back. So it's Rogers, Derbyshire, Massey in the centre. It won't won't be denied. Built her way into it perfectly. Lana Rogers will start the summer the way she finished last summer, on top here in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Round 1, race 1, Enduro champ, Lana Rogers. She's the winner. What a performance.
Oh, congratulations, Lana Rogers. That was an incredible performance. She's a true champion. Lucid Derbyshire, congratulations, runner-up. Tiani Massey, Lizzie Wellborn. The 4 of these girls have been, including Electra Altram, stuck like glue. I've got goosebumps. We are really in for a red-hot summer.
Lana Rogers built into that one perfectly. She sat there early on, made a couple of moves, put them under the pump. Hannah Scully with a big run up the beach. Dom Stitt there as well. Gemma Smith for the minor placings. Remember, every point counts. Corin across the line in front of them. So a great job from these girls. Remember, points count, because we'll take the points from today, the points for tomorrow. We'll say goodbye to the bottom 6. Lily O'Sullivan, Claudia Kelly on debut. A fantastic performance just to finish outside the top 10 there. We see the dip to the line. What a job. And Hannah Scully came from the clouds late. Pippi DePagna there as well. So every point counts for this one. Emma Woods, she's battled hard over the last couple of weeks. Dislocated her shoulder late last week. She's still racing. It doesn't matter. She's tough as nails. She'll be back tomorrow and it'll suit her a lot better, that eliminator. So watch out for Emma Woods. And what a performance down there. Annalise Kibble, and you could say nice things about all these girls. They fought so hard there. 37 minutes of racing all up, but Lana Rogers could not be denied. She's the best in the business and the best Iron Woman in the world at this event.
Oh, she's tough to beat. She doesn't have a weakness out there. And that's the one thing about Lana Rogers we've seen time and time again. She sat in there. Electra Altram, she led early on, had a phenomenal race. But the way that Lana Rogers raced that was so tactical. It was smart the way she did it. She used every single little runner out there. She skipped the potholes. She knew where her craft was every time she came in. No mistakes out there, and she was a winner in the end.
You're spot on. Clinical is the best way I could describe it. It was Shannon Eckstein-esque in the way she sat in, let the other girls do the work, went hard the whole way round, and then just at these key moments, she won the big moments of the race. Jenny Parry down on the beach with our round 1, race 1 winner.
Yes, I'm down here with Lana Rogers. Lana, you started this season just like you finished last year's Iron Series. That looked to be a brutal race, but absolutely perfect execution. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good. I was kind of wanting to be really locked in for this round. I have had a rocky start to the season, especially with the cooling out of gold, so I didn't want to dwell on that anymore and just see what I could do again and go back to that process, and I was able to do that today.
And honestly, one of the toughest ways we could have started the Iron Series with that soft sand run through to 3 full irons. Was there anything that you were repeating over and over in your head? What were the words that you were saying to maintain your focus and your resilience in that race?
I think it's important within that 40-minute traditional enduro. It's really important to keep the process and just do one lap at a time, and I remembered that today, so it paid out.
That feels like perfect advice with so many youngsters, so many teens in the race. It's really starting to change, but our future is looking bright. It must be wonderful to know that you are leading the charge and inspiring the next generation.
I think that's the beauty of this fresh series, have to be on your game at all times, and no matter what the result is, you're just going to have to do your best, and that's what we're here to do.
Well, you did your best and you are now top of the table for the Shaw and Partners Financial Services Iron Series. It's wonderful to have you here. We will let you go and rest, recover, because we are going to come back tomorrow.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Lana. Gets the win, day 1, race 1. Stick with us. We will be back after the break with more of the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Welcome back to Wanda Beach and the new and improved Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Enduro was the highlight to start. Courtney Hancock, what a race it was. That brutal soft sand run to kick things off was just so tough. And then basically we saw 5 girls go to war for 40 minutes and they tested each other, and it was Lana Rogers who came out on top, and she certainly deserved that victory.
The Iron Women went to war. That is the best way to describe it. down here at Wanda Beach, and you saw everything happening. Everyone was in pain, but wow, I tell you what, the Iron Men would be looking on at that, going, okay, we are about to really go into pain right now.
Yeah, let's take a look at the highlights there. That first 1 kilometre soft sand run, and it was Outram snuck away. She had us up to as big of a 20-second lead on the rest of the field, but I think Lizzie Wellborn dragged them back into it. Lana Rogers put them under pressure. Lucy Derbyshire looked as good as it gets at different times, and Tiani Massey fought hard, but at the end of the day, there can only be one who survives Enduro, and it was Lana Rogers. She sets her summer up, but with the new format, it's a little different. That win will sort of almost guarantee her to get through this weekend, but it won't guarantee her anything more than a spot in the next round, because you have to win the final day, the grand eliminator, if you want to be the overall series champion. Jenny Parry down on the beach with a couple more athletes.
Oh, I found Tiani Massey. Tiani, a few years ago, a podium at the Iron Series would have been a dream. You're back up there again, but you had to fight every step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I got my first podium finish last year in round 6. So to back it up again in this series, first round, get another podium, I'm stoked.
And we've seen the team merchandise as well. The nippers are on your side here. Those transitions were so tough, so many times around the cans. It looks like you've really been working on your running. You were flying across the sand.
Well, I certainly didn't feel like I was flying, so thank you. But yeah, I mean, all the women here today are absolutely incredible, and any chance that I'm racing up against them, it's going to be a tough battle. So I knew I had to be on my A game today. You know, even though we've got 28 competitors, and at the end of this weekend we're dropping to 22, you never know what can happen. And with so many incredible women, it's always going to be tough. So yeah, you know, I think that gold prep really set me up nicely. All the running that I had to do to prepare for that race, I knew it was always going to play in my favour going into the Enduro round 1, especially with that soft sand run. So yeah, I'm grateful I did all the work early for that gold prep and knew that I'd have that back end today.
Well, it paid off. You've got some amazing points banked after round 1. I'm sure everyone who's watching back home at Maroochydore Surf Club will be cheering for you. We're going to let you go because you've done an incredible job, because we're going to bring in someone else who's on the podium. Lucy, how are you feeling after a massive day 1?
I'm feeling so good. I'm absolutely stoked with the second place. A little bit of deja vu from last year's Enduro, but yeah, I'm super stoked.
And such a tough race. We saw that pack just start to form. You were determined to be out the front. Was that always the plan? You knew you needed to be in the right place about halfway through?
Yeah, I think people mistake the first bit and go a little bit hard in the run. So I kind of had a game plan of I wanted to be in the top 10 to 12 and then really work in the water. And after the first iron to kind of be in that top 5-ish. And yeah, that's what I ended up doing. And from there, kind of got a little bit more clear water with the other top 4 girls.
And what we loved watching, you really knew exactly where you wanted to come in. You went a little bit further down the beach there. It paid off. You must have been studying the conditions.
Yeah, I got here nice and early, and my coach Zano helped me look at the water conditions before we race. That's always a massive part of racing, and yeah, I think I did really well. There's definitely a few things I want to improve on, which is really exciting.
Well, great news. You get to come back tomorrow, a different format. We will do it all again. Big waves down the camera. Congratulations to you and the team. We will see you again soon.
Lucy Derbyshire there. She's been the most consistent Iron woman all summer. Second in the Shaw and Partners Coolangatta Gold, the World Championships, and now here in round 1, the exact same top 2 as last summer in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Lana Rogers on top, and let's take a look at the results. This is the podium, round 1, race 1. Lana Rogers, Lucy Derbyshire, Tiani Massey, one of her best results ever. She'll be happy with that. 32 points for the win, 29-27. Counts over this weekend. Points will be reset heading into the second weekend and into the third. But good signs for Wellborn, Outram, Corrin built into it nicely. Scully did well. We head further down the page. Georgia Fitz probably won't be happy with that one. O'Sullivan built into it. Claudia Kelly on debut, a top 13 result. Very, very good. Down the page, the girls from Alex, and this is where it starts to get interesting. We're going to say goodbye to the bottom 6 after tomorrow afternoon. So if you're Williams, Clues, Cross, Finardi and Singleton, Kalani Ives as well, you're under pressure. That is for sure. That is the women's race. We'll head to the men's in just a few moments' time. Let's meet some more of the athletes and go behind the scenes.
No. Oh.
I would say that I am hardworking, competitive, and fierce.
Or hardworking, probably humble and determined.
Competitive, determined.
Introverted, kind and happy.
I don't know.
I think ambitious, hardworking, and pretty quiet.
It's hard when your whole life is just around training and racing. I'm like, what do I even say?
What's it fast? No, I'm not really. It's slow. Yeah, slow.
Laid back, chatty, and social.
I would say competitive, fun, and sassy.
I'd say I'm quite quiet. I'd like to say pretty determined and resilient.
Busy. Okay, I'll go with busy. Okay.
Cruisy, easy going, and slow.
My day job is a teacher, actually.
Yeah, so I'm a high school maths and PE teacher.
I'm actually a teacher aide at a primary school, and then I'm also a beach lifeguard.
I'm a professional lifeguard for the Gold Coast City Council.
Yeah, I'm a casual lifeguard at Moolbar Beach on the Sunshine Coast.
My day job's a lifeguard, so I spend most of my time around the beach and surfing and watching sport.
I'm at uni, so I study finance.
I'm a full-time uni student, so I'm studying a Bachelor of Law and a Bachelor of Communications.
I'm at uni as a student, and then this is my professional job.
I'm a student studying sport and exercise science. I'm currently doing my diploma in social media marketing and business.
And I'm also about to start my master's degree in primary teaching.
I'm also studying a master's of teaching at university.
I'm a full-time athlete, PhD in sleep, so a lot of napping, sleeping, recovering, training, everything revolves around this sport.
My hobbies definitely consist of catching up on sleep.
I'm pretty busy, and my main hobby at the moment is sleeping when I find the time.
If I'm not sleeping kind of like a sloth, I'm cooking. I'm learning to cook a lot more things from scratch, so it's going well.
Welcome back to the Shaw and Partners Financial Services Iron Series for 2024. What a start we had. The ladies' race was absolutely unbelievable. And we get to do it all again with the men. Let's take a look at the course, Matt. Basically the same, a 1 kilometre soft sand run to start, then board, swim and ski. 3 rounds through roughly 35 to 40 minutes, depending on how quickly the athletes work through it. It's the tough way to start the summer, isn't it, Courtney Hancock?
It is certainly a tough way. And for the Iron Men, they've seen the Iron Women. The Iron Men, the tide will be lower. It's getting hotter out there, a lot more potholes. So the men have definitely got a tough task ahead.
Let's meet the men here, 28 strong. We'll kick things off with the 5-time and defending champion Ali Day and the next generation of superstars, Joe Collins.
Former 2-time series champion Matt Bevilacqua, and originally from New South Wales, Zach Morris.
Down the page, Finn Askew, he's the world champion and Wonder Watch here. Corey Fletcher, very good in this format as well.
And we call him the Aquaman of the Sea, that is Kai Kinsella, and former champion Kendrick Lewis.
In jersey number 9, Man Mountain Jackson Borg and 5-time New Zealand champion Corey Taylor.
And another Man Mountain and former series runner-up Ben Carberry and Australian Ironman champion Dan Collins.
Number 13, wearing the red, the Next Gen Series winner Ethan Callahan, and another young gun looking to make his mark, Connor Maggs.
Making his presence known, Riley Harland, and originally from WA is Will Savage.
Yeah, the Prince of Perth there, that is for sure. Sean Riley, Mitch Stitt making their debut. A couple of lads from Queensland, but formerly Victoria.
And welcome back to the Surfers Paradise, gentlemen, of Max Beattie and TJ Hendy.
We're further down the page. Kai Taylor comes back after a couple of years on debut from Currumbin on the Gold Coast, Callum Brennan.
Now we have the young gun, Odin Parrish, and look out for this man in the swimming, Cooper Williams.
Yeah, the Australian surf race champion there. Henry Simpson, the youngest in the field at just 18 years of age, and on debut, Joel Piper.
And rounding out the men's field and both debuting, and formerly from Victoria, we have Tex Dixon and Braden Casamento.
Yeah, the Victorians very, very strong. 3 in this series. Former Victorians, a lot of them living up in Queensland now. I think there's only been 5 ever in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Brett Tyack, Jack Hansen, and now we've got 3 in here. Off and away, it's Enduro, 1 kilometre soft sand run, board, swim, ski times 3. It will test the best. And out in front, Joe Collins, Matt Bevilacqua on that bottom side, Ali Day not too far away. The young Kiwi, I think he is a 2-time New Zealand champion, second in the Shaw and Partners World Ocean Series last summer. He goes to the lead there, and couple going past. I'm going to bet that's Connor Maggs going to the lead. He won the trial earlier in the summer. He's very quick across the sand. He's been board paddling well, and he's a superstar of the sport. He is a real young gun on the rise, and Connor Maggs will lead round the first turn. 2 laps of this course. Joe Collins in second place. Finn Askew not too far away either. And a long, long way back to Kai Kinsella. Not the best runner, but as you said, absolute swimming superstar.
And you expect to see the likes of your Joe Collins, your Matt Bevilacqua, Connor Maggs, who took out the trial, and Sean Riley. They're the young, the young, light whippersnappers that are very light across the sand. And of course, Ali Day, 10-time Coolangatta Gold champion. We know he can run. But Connor Maggs, I spoke to him earlier on the week, and he really wants to throw it down to these Ironman. He is ready to race. Even though he's only 19, he doesn't worry about his age. He really wants to take it to them.
We're at a real incredible point in the sport where the older generation is starting to move on. Your Ali Day, your Kendrick Louis, your Matt Bevilacqua, they've spoken about retirement. And then you've got this young, brash, new generation coming through. The Ethan Callahans, your Finn Askews, your Zachy Morrises, your Joe Collins. And they don't care about reputation. They don't care about what you've won. They're here to make an impact. And they're going to get on the front of these races. They're really going to rip in, and they don't worry about what you've won or what you've done. They're here to take the title, and Connor Maggs is in the thick of that at the moment. So in 1, Maggs, Joey Collins in 2, Matt Bevilacqua was in 3, Askew, Riley Harlan and Ali Day. Henry Simpson on debut, the youngest in the field. Watch for him at just 17 years of age, and he's a smart cookie. He's hoping to become a doctor at university, and it was really a surprise packet of the Shaw and Partners trial a couple of weeks ago from Alexandra Headland. He's sitting up inside sort of that top 10 there. Braden Casamento there turns, and that's Harlan goes, that is Henry Simpson who goes around there as well, putting in a great performance.
And for some of these men making their debut, there's a lot of nerves about it. It's the first time they've, got their last name on the back of their togs as well. There's a lot of highs, a lot of emotion going on at the moment. But Connor Maggs, he's suffered with a bit of illness, so he's back on track at the moment. You've got Joe Collins, and as I said, there is the yellow singlet. Ali Day is putting on the accelerator. We'll wait and see where he goes.
I think these guys would have seen Electra Outram in the last race, that if you're not in that top sort of 5 or 6, it doesn't guarantee you a result, but it sets you up. Joe Collins goes to the front through that run. Ali Day in second place. This is dangerous signs for the field with Ali Day leading this early. Riley Harlan, Connor Maggs, Finn Askew, Matt Bevilacqua in and around. There's Henry Simpson, not too far. Oh, mistake from Joey Collins there. Not what you want, but fatigue. Well, fatigue makes cowards of us all, and Joey Collins, their big mistake going in, and it doesn't seem like much, but it adds up.
It does, you're right, Josh. All those little things add, and we saw a couple of the women do exactly the same thing. Fatigue does some dangerous things in racing like this. It makes you do things that you wouldn't usually do, but as I said before, that 4-minute run, that fatigue, the heart rate, everything is very dramatic, and emotions are running wild at the moment. This is the first round.
Yeah, you're running on edge, that's for sure. 24 seconds separated the entire field off the back of the run. Will Savage in 28th place, Zach Morris, TJ Hendy, Cooper Williams, Kai Kinsella. None of them noted runners, without a shadow of a doubt. Very good in the water. Couple in the middle that I'm sort of watching work their way through. Ethan Callahan sitting in 12, Kendrick Louis in 11, Sean Riley. He is a bit of a wild card in this. He's an endurance animal. He'll keep going all day, and he'll build and build and build into this one. But there's a few board paddlers who are starting to make their mark. Bevilacqua on the red on the left-hand side, and the man on the white and orange board, Braden Casamento, just sitting in 3rd place at the moment. You can see him just tucked on the inside there. Watch him turn and go for home. He's got the nickname the Razor because he'll cut you to shreds on the way home. He is that quick.
And we usually don't see the Ironman on their belly this time around. I feel like it's a different race, definitely from the women's. We saw Electra Altram just really take it by the horns, but the men seem to be resting there. One thing I haven't seen too often is Ali Day went out to the side, very much about 5 metres out to the southern end by himself. He's on a red board this year.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a replay. You mentioned this one, Josh, with Joe Collins.
Yeah, that was it. Joey Collins missed the strap there, and it happens to the best of us, but at this level, with this much at stake, you don't want it to happen. Another man who's got a big wrap on him, centre of the screen there, pink rash vest, is Riley Harlan. Did a fantastic job at the trial. These two men, well, the 3 men on the front have been training together at the Northcliffe Club under Kev Morrison there. And Matt Bevilacqua on the right, he texted me during the week. He said, Riley Harlan's one to watch. He has arrived and he is performing at his best. The waves are on. So Collins on the left, Riley Harlan in the centre, Matt Bevilacqua on the right. Connor Maggs has got a run on the purple board in the centre. Look at him flying through the field. Connor Maggs from third to first, just like that. Big, big paddle from the young gun. And this is what we were talking about. Matt Bevilacqua, Ali Day off to the right. The old heads that are, well, they're closer to the end of the career than they are at the front. But these two men, Joe Collins, Connor Maggs, Riley Harlan, they're the future. We're going to hear their names for year after year after year, and they can absolutely put it on when it matters. A lead wave of 5 at the moment. I think Braden Casamento just off the back. Ali Day on the wave behind them on that red board with Finn Askew, the 2 men from Surfers Paradise. The first water leg is done. We are into this Enduro, the Shore & Partners Iron Series, round 1, race 1, and already they're under the pump. Ethan Callahan has come from the clouds. He's the next gen winner in the red rash vest. He's got big aspirations as well.
He absolutely does. We spoke about him earlier on in the program, and he's got a lot of height as well. So look out for him in the wading. We haven't seen a lot of tall Ironman, over the last couple of years, but he's certainly got the height. We'll see him in the wading. We'll go down on the sand. We've got Jenny Parry.
Oh, team, thank you so much. We're excited to see Ethan Callahan, the only red jersey in the field, the next-gen qualifier, and a few other surprises up the front there. Braden Casamento, you love seeing him, and Riley Harlan, one of the young guns. They don't care that it's their first Iron Series. They don't care that they haven't been here before. It's the Enduro. They're here to race, and they want to still be racing tomorrow afternoon.
You're spot on, Jenny Parry. They do not care. Reputations mean nothing for this generation, and it's not disrespectful. It just is what it is. They come to party. They've come to play, and they do not care whether you've won 5 titles or no titles. Ethan Callahan, that was a fantastic board paddle. He went in, I would say, outside the top 10 and paddled his way into a lead group of 6 men. So Maggs, Casamento, Bevilacqua, Callahan, Harlan and Collins. The interesting part here, outside of Connor Maggs, not many noted swimmers there, and Ethan Callahan's gone to the front. That's him in the red. I would say Connor Maggs, Ethan Callahan, probably the noted swimmers. The big ones, though, in that chase pack, Callum Brennan, Ali Day, Joel Piper. That's the next group. They're going to work their way into it, and I think they're going to try and swim this group down.
And the way Ethan ran that first 4-minute run, strong. He was right there. He didn't get himself caught too far back, but he didn't worry about getting up the front. He didn't need to be making his presence known. So he kind of actually almost came out of the darkness, went bang, okay, I'm going to take the board. He knows he's the best swimmer in one of the best swimmers in the field. Yeah. He's got that long, nice stroke out there. He looks like his stroke rate's not that high, but he certainly looks very, I'd have to say, in that transition, very comfortable in his body at the moment.
Yeah, you're spot on. His dad was an Ironman as well. Very, very talented family there. And he's just come on. And last summer, he got a win at the Hayden Kenny Classic, and it came out of the blue. No one thought that he was a chance of winning anything. And then from then on, he's just proving time and time again that it's no fluke. He continues to be at the top level. This is his first ever shot at the Shore & Partners Iron Series after winning the Next Gen Series. That's for under 19 athletes. And he's grabbed this race by the scruff of the neck early. And I think he saw what Electra Outram did in that girls' race and has decided, I'm going to go the same path here. He leads, I think, on his heels. Riley Harlan not too far away. Connor Maggs is there as well. Bevilacqua trying to hang on with Joe Collins. Ali Day's the big mover. He's in the background there, just starting to wind up. He's on Bevilacqua at the moment, and he's starting to get into this race, and it's dangerous signs if you let Ethan Callahan go away. Jenny Parry on the beach.
Oh, I've got Mr. Collins down here, your son Dan, the current Open Iron Champ of Australia. That was such a big achievement for him last year.
Yeah, it's taken a while to get there, but he finally got there and had a good win, and he's back on the line today, so he's going really well.
He's also in his strongest leg at the moment. The pink goggles, we can find him anywhere. It must be wonderful knowing that you can track him around the course. There's so many out there today.
There is, and it's hard to pick him up, but yeah, the pink goggles certainly help. it's a hard race, and I think he's going to just sit and come home in the second leg and third leg of the swim. That's what he's looking for.
He's a great racer. He's a smart racer as well. We'll let you go and handle. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Jan.
Dan Collins is a big mover, but a massive move out in front. Leaders wave. 3 got them through there, and Ethan Callahan, he's picked that one up broken. Great body surfing skills. Somebody, I think maybe Joey Collins, got it right through the centre. Riley Harlan's there as well. But Ethan Callahan stands up, and we're used to seeing the red jersey in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series, but we're used to seeing it probably more towards the tail end, if I'm completely honest. It was a pathway series, and we've never seen one of these next-gen athletes step up and really be counted in the overall standings. And Ethan Callahan, this would be the biggest win of his career if he can get it done here. 2 legs down, a lot of racing left to do, but he's looking super comfortable.
He's definitely doing the red jersey proud at the moment,
That's
absolutely. I love the young blood coming through.
Yep.
It's exciting. It's great for the guys coming through. Joe Collins, he's looking really good at the moment. He just had a little look over his shoulder. Riley Harlan not too far. We've got from Ethan Callahan to Riley Harlan in second, 13.5 seconds. 13.5 seconds from first to second. That's what we're looking at.
Big change up with a couple of waves there. Kai Kinsella, he was well down. He comes around. Bevilacqua, Ali Day, Finn Askew's there. Joel Piper, a couple others working their way through. Odin Parrish, Callum Brennan, Sean Riley, Braden Casamento and Dan Collins. That group, there's only 5 seconds separating that group there, and that goes from third place Joe Collins all the way down to 16th place Kendrick Louis in one big pack as Kai Taylor goes as well. And that group, it's so tough. You can go from 16th to 3rd, back, up, down, up, down. It makes racing very, very difficult here. Some of these boys will look to break away in this ski leg and try and get themselves some clean water and chase our leader out to sea, Ethan Callahan.
Compared to the women's, there's so much movement that's happening in these Ironman. Kai Kinsella went in 28th from the run. He moved his way up to 4th position. Odin Parrish was another mover in 5th. Matt Bevilacqua was still sitting in that 6th. Ali Day went in 9th. He ran around in 7th with Finn Askew, his training partner, in 8th.
Yeah, I think this will be the moving time for your Joe Collins, your Matt Bevilacqua, your Ali Day, the experienced heads. They're going to go to work here. That's what we're looking at. He's young. He's still only an under-19 racing in the junior competition, but he's so big, so strong, so long that he really, really looks like an open man, and he likes he belongs. And he gets on the ski here, and you think it might be a weakness, but he can hang on, and he's tough as nails. Training at the Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park Club under super coach Michael King. Kingy, one of the best blokes in the sport, but without a shadow of the doubt, one of the best coaches in the sport. He has 9 men in this field, which is an incredible achievement. He's got 4, I think, in the ladies' field as well. The way Michael manages his athletes, the way they flock to him, and the way they improve underneath him is very, very scary. And Ethan Callahan is testament to that. Came over from North Burleigh, immediately made the jump to winning open competition, and he's continuing it on here. This is the log jam further down in the group at the moment. These guys fighting hard. That's Finn Askew, the world champion, trying to get a wriggle on. Dan Collins there. He's on the green and blue in the centre. A couple of these boys working very hard to cut through this field. Cooper Williams there on that light-coloured ski, trying to work his way around and into the race with a couple other lads there. Benny Carberry making his move, Corey Taylor, and a few others that haven't really been able to get themselves into the race so far. Not like this man out in front. The red jersey, it stands out. It makes it easy for us.
And they're only in lap 1 as well. But Riley Harlan, he has got a wonderful wave on screen at the moment. You can just see his body. You see his shoulders drop there. He's just rolling his legs around, and you can just see the paddle just taps down. I can't tell you not how much money that's worth, but how much energy that is worth. Riley Harlan will drop in and he will feel, I'm not going to say fresh, but the amount of energy that he's just saved. Here you go, Ethan Callahan. He's into the hydration. They have been out there for at least about 20 minutes.
It's now a race in 2. Callahan in 1, Riley Harlan in 2nd place, and the rest are chasing Jenny Parry.
Oh, I tell you what, when we think about what the race may have looked like at this stage, I don't think anyone had scripted that our next-gen qualifier, Ethan Callahan, would have this incredible lead. Riley Harlan as well, really making a statement, but have a look at the wave coming in. Matt Bevilacqua, former series champion. Ali Day, former series champion. The pace is on. The chase is on. Can anyone get our next gen qualifier and our trial winner as well. Fantastic racing down here.
Yeah, it's a split of generations. You are spot on there, Jenny Parry. The two out in front, that's Joey Collins working his way around. Matt Bevilacqua, Ali Day there. I think they've got something like 7 titles between them, those two gentlemen. And in the last couple of years, only Kendrick Louis is the other one to win a title all the way back to 2016, 2017. So it's pretty special from those two men over the last couple of summers. And this is where it gets interesting. Right in the thick of the action, Braden Casamento, Kai Kinsella's in there, Odin Parrish, we're looking at him. There goes Joel Piper, and there's Kendrick Louis, the only other series champion we have in the field. 3 of those men, I think he got his title in 2020, Kendrick Louis, and he's a family man now. He knows he's on the tail end of his career, but he's still as good as anyone in the sport on his day. He was on the podium at the Australian Championships earlier in the year. And have a look at the gap, 1 and 2. Ethan Callahan, Riley Harlan. You got 3 of the best in the business chasing you there, and then an absolute wolf pack of young, hungry Ironmen. But these two out in front, they don't care. 13 and 15. Who cares about numbers? Who cares about ranking? You got to get it done on race day, and that's what these two gentlemen are doing.
And Michael King and Kev Morrison have trained these young Ironmen up very well, because you can see a lot when athletes are racing in their facial expression, whether they're exhausted, whether they feel nervous, are they stressed, they're out in front. They looked up the front so relaxed, so calm. They're not worried that they've got ranking of 1, 2 and 3 of Matt Bevilacqua, Joe Collins and Ali Day. They don't mind that they are literally the wolf pack coming for them.
Coming after them.
They look really relaxed. So I'm really impressed by that. But in saying that, those 3 men on screen there, they are not going to slow down.
Yeah, this is the pack, and that is the gap out in front over the other side. Little wave coming through at the top there for Ethan Callahan. If he can go, this one might take him all the way to the beach. You can see it standing up. He's really upping the rating. Riley Harlan won't get it. Callahan, the pace is on. The drone shot, unbelievable. He's going to get that one. I think he's going to run down it. Unbelievable. Ethan off the back, but he'll still get a push. And they don't care about reputations or what they've won, and they're racing without pressure, and it's a beautiful thing, and I don't think enough athletes do it these days. Nobody expects much from them. They haven't won a title before. They've got nothing to defend. They're young, and their whole future is in front of them, and they just can go out and race freely. And I think that is something to be said for these two athletes, because they look so much more comfortable than the rest of the field.
They certainly do. They just look so comfortable. It's like they've almost led 1,000 races coming into this, because it is a scary, they're live on national television. There's a lot going on. So, but these, I like Ethan's taken some hydration every single round, and it's certainly working for him, because his face looks really fresh, his body looks really fresh. He looks nice and high on the sand. He's not kind of letting that Wanda sand kind of take him down, and Riley's the same as well. So the 2 men out in front are really going for it, but I know the 3 men behind, they don't want the rookies beating them.
Oh, Ali Day, he found a little runner. I just caught that in the background there that got him up onto Riley Harlan there. And Ali Day's going to work. You can see the acceleration up through transition just to get in front of Riley Harlan there. The experienced man gets up and involved. Jenny Parry, Ali Day is starting to grind.
Oh, we just saw him come down a little runner. He made the move on the transition as well, because he knows the chase back is on. Joe Collins, Matt Bevilacqua, they have done this race before. Hey, they have won this sort of racing before. There is traffic out the back, but out the front, Ethan Callahan, can he hold on? Because Ali Day is coming.
Yes, he is coming. He's absolutely flying. He's worked his way into second place, and he hasn't been outside the top 6, but that gap's big. 18 seconds from Day to Callahan, and then another sort of 18 seconds to Joe Collins and Bevilacqua, another 10 back to Odin Parrish, who's having a great race so far. Dan Collins, watch for him to make a big move in this swim leg as they head into the second of 3 swim legs here. There's a couple of swimmers in this next group that'll really go. Your Dan Collins, your Kai Kinsella, your Jackson Borg, and a few others, Joel Piper, who'll really get a wriggle on there and have to make up a little bit of ground. I don't know if they can tack across to our leaders, but they'll certainly cut that lead ever so slightly.
Oh, just saying those names out loud, it's an extraordinary field, the best 28 Ironman in the world, should I say. And they are only up to lap number 2 at the moment. So into that swim leg, they've still got a ski, board, swim, ski to come. The potholes aren't getting any, I guess, kinder out there as well, and you really notice they're going to get tougher and tougher as they go. But Ali Day, you can never count him out. He's series champion, 5-time series champion, 10 times Coolangatta Gold. He knows how to race. He wants to be out in front, and he loves being out in front.
If there's one man that can close the gap, it's the man on screen at the moment, and that is what it is, Ali Day. He has done it all. He's a 5-time Shaw & Partners Ironman Series champion, 10-time Shaw & Partners Coolangatta Gold champion, 3-time Australian champion, 1-time world champion. That is a complete resume, and it puts him up in the conversation for greatest of all time without a shadow of a doubt. But this might be his toughest test. He's got to get Ethan Callahan. He's got to start to go to work. We're at the halfway mark of the water legs. Swim ski, and then one entire round left. And Ali Day's starting to go to work. Have a look. I think he's closing the gap. But Callahan, asking you shall receive. A little wave comes through. I don't think it will be enough, but Ali Day's starting to reel him in. I can almost guarantee that gap that was 18 seconds heading into the swim, it'll be half that coming out.
And where Ali Day, as we've known him to make those moves, is mainly in the ski leg. But kind of a younger Ali Day, you'd more see him make the moves in the board and the swim. But at the moment, we see him, he's obviously caught up a little bit. As I say, there's Ethan Callahan. He's got a lump.
Will he try and go down it there? Oh, a little body surfing on the top, not enough. But you just saw the head came up a few times there, and it was a bit of a lump around. I didn't think he did everything he possibly could there to get that wave, but exhaustion will get you. That's the chase pack there. That's sort of 5, 6, 7, and 8. Jenny Parry, what are you seeing from the sand? Because it is an absolute war out there.
I tell you what, I'm standing with one of the most nervous men on the beach right now. Travis, your son Ethan is currently in the lead. This feels like dreams coming to Tematori.
Yeah, I certainly didn't expect him to be in the lead, and Ali's obviously catching him, but yeah, wherever he finishes will be a good result.
And how good is the next gen? He had an automatic qualification. He did it the hard way, though. What a wonderful pathway into the series.
Yeah, he trains with a great group of boys, with Kingy at Burleigh, and yeah, not really surprised, but yeah, lost for words.
Very quietly proud here as well. Go Handel. See you soon.
He's been there before. He knows what his son's going through, but I can't imagine that'd make him any less nervous out there, Trav. He does a great job. He handles for him and comes up and around. Ethan Callahan, we start the clock as he goes under the arch. Swim done for the second time. He'll head out onto the ski, and the boys are standing up. Oh, Joey Collins, he might have taken a mouthful of water there. He didn't look all that comfortable. Ali Day stops the clock as he goes through. We take a look at the gap. What is it? It was 18.5 seconds heading into the swim, and to be completely honest, he hasn't taken all that much off him, 13.5 seconds. So Joey Collins is hurting. He has given everything he's got, and he's had an absolute stomach full of seawater there. It's trying to come up, and a pretty good catch there of the old drink bottle as well.
Yeah, he did extremely well. It's put him off a little bit at the moment. He was focused on what happened there, whether he got some seawater or whether breakfast was kind of coming up. But he needed he's really, for Joe Collins right now, he's doing very well. He's right up the front in 4th position at the moment. 28 seconds behind. He's really got to focus, but look around the arch at the moment. This is where, as Jenny said before, this is where the traffic is coming in.
Yeah, waves there made a massive impact. Dan Collins, Callum Brennan, Finn Askew, Zach Morris, Kendrick Louis, Matt Bevilacqua, Odin Parrish, Joel Piper, Corey Taylor, Connor Maggs, Henry Simpson, Cooper Williams. That is how they head into the water in that group. And it's going to be tough for any of these guys to get back onto the front. Over a minute down for the likes of Borg, Kinsella and Riley. Plenty of opportunity to get back into it, maybe even get a podium, but you've got to feel sorry for a couple of those boys there as a wave or two came through and really hurt sort of your guys that were sitting in 3rd through 5th or 6th. Benny Carberry, not the result he would have been looking for today, but he's got to get his act together, get back into it, because there's the overall series title he'll be chasing. Jenny Parry on the beach.
Oh, down here on the beach, and as you mentioned, that traffic coming under the arch there, the pack has formed up, and this is where it's absolutely crucial to put yourself in a good position, hold your nerve, because every single point counts. We are actually saying goodbye to 6 of our Ironmen at the conclusion of tomorrow's racing, and we have got quite a few big names still making their way around the course. But I tell you what, Ethan Callahan still in the lead by a fair bit. Fantastic racing. Ali Day on the chase.
Yeah, you're exactly right. These are the bottom sort of 6 or 7 at the moment. Carberry's in 22nd. Will Savage is in 23rd. Hendy in 24th down there. And if you're in those positions, that's not a result that will help you get through to the next couple of rounds. Stitt, Corey Fletcher, Tex Dixon and Max Beattie up and through transition. 2.25 minutes down for these guys. They will not be happy with their performance today, but they get another opportunity to come back tomorrow and go again. And I think if you finish in the top 3 to 5, that's probably enough to get you through. But when you get a 22nd through to a 28th, that result, it's not going to be enough. You have to produce something truly special tomorrow. That is the gap. That's the chase back. You can see the leaders off in the distance. Ethan Callahan finds a little wave. Ali Day on the wave behind as well. Riley Harland hanging in there in third place. Joey Collins battling onto the ski. But I don't know what to say about Ethan Callahan. There's not enough good things to say. He's the World Junior Ironman champion. He looked dominant, but it was in his own age group. And I think you sort of dismiss it, just how good he is when he wins his own age group like that. But out here, he's proving he's as good as anybody in the sport. We can see him on the sand. That was Harlan and the rest of the chase pack in the background. I think there's waves on here, so that pack's going to pick it up. Day is on the sand. The gap's closing again. It'll be inside 10 seconds.
And I definitely like the bit of the rivalry between Ali and Callahan at the moment. I think it was about 2 years ago, Ethan Callahan as a 17-year-old actually beat Ali in one of the big races over the summer, and he really made his presence known. And from there, I think he's definitely been on Ali's watch, absolutely. So it's going to be really interesting, the showdown, not only today, but the rest of the summer.
This is the back of the field, so these guys are fighting for their life, essentially. Today and tomorrow, those points will count, and in the end, we will say goodbye to 6 Ironmen at the end of tomorrow afternoon. Their Shaw & Partners Iron Series will be over, and this is not where you want to be. I can see Corey Fletcher in there, Benny Carberry on the front, trying to paddle his way back into it, and this is panic stations for a couple of these boys. There's a few from Surfers Paradise. There's a few from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park here. So Zane Hamill, Michael King, up and down days. King, they've got a leader. Zane in second place. They've also got a couple at the back. And I guess that's the brutal part of being one of the best coaches in the sport, is not everybody can win every day.
Yeah, it would be so hard to be the coaches, as you spoke before, having multiple athletes, because you'd love... Kendrick Lewis.
I think his calf's gone there. He'll sit down, maybe try and stretch it out, but you can see by the way he's walking, that is not what he wants. And with another board swim and ski to go, Kendrick Louis, one of the older heads in the field at 34 years of age, you start to get those injuries and niggles, and it looks like he's really hurt himself there.
And Kendrick's had a bad injury on his calf many years ago in the Shaw & Partners Ironman series, in the past. So that might be coming back, but also it's, as you can see, we've got the split screen there. Kendrick, it's a really hot day, and also just your body, you're pushing it to the absolute max. So we've got Jenny down the beach. Maybe she's got a little bit on Kendrick for us.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Kendrick's race is over, pulled up short. We do know he's had a few calf injuries in the past. We can see wife Holly down there as well. This is not the way you want your iron race to go, especially in race 1 of 6 for the Shaw & Partners Financial Services Iron. Someone else who's struggling out there at the moment, Dan Collins. He was a clear 4th, and then another 5 athletes join him on a wave on the way through there. So lots of pain, lots of hurt, but this is why we're here. This is why we're at Wanda for the Shaw & Partners Iron Series.
Kendrick Louis was leading the Shaw & Partners Iron Series, I think, I'm going to say back in 2019, 2018, somewhere in there, and then he blew his calf out with the lead of the series in Perth. So he's had a horror run of those sorts of injuries, and we feel for Kenj. Saw Holly down there looking after him, but this is where it's interesting. Back end of the race, final board leg, and you can see how spread out they are. This is Connor Maggs going around in 10th place, Matt Bevilacqua in 11th place, sitting inside the top 10, so not a bad result for their day, but they'll be looking to really get a wriggle on there. Bevilacqua almost came off as he went around, and we've got a new race leader, ladies and gentlemen. The master and the apprentice, Ali Day, comes up alongside Ethan Callahan and says, son, you're in my territory now. When it gets hard, when it gets long, when it gets really, really tough, there is nobody better than Ali Day, and Ethan Callahan is about to find out what it takes to win a Shaw & Partners Iron Series.
Yeah, he's really got to go from, I guess, being a boy to a man in this moment right now. Ali's been in this position time and time again with Shannon Eckstein when he was making his move. So you swap it around, and Ethan Callahan's almost a young Ali out there going up against Shannon. So this is a competition I think everyone really wanted to see this summer, and certainly having Ethan there, as much as Ali's probably hating it right now, it's fantastic for him. It's new. Ethan's fresh. He's coming into this, so we'll wait and see. Going into the swim, both of them, you'd have to maybe put it down their best legs.
16 years difference between Ali Day and Ethan Callahan. An 18-year-old and a 34-year-old doing their thing. Another couple of young guns there. Welcome to the party, Riley Harlan and Callum Brennan. Up and around. Brennan, great swimmer as well. So watch for him to make a move. I don't know if he can make up the 24 seconds to the leaders, but we'll wait and see. And here comes the pack. Jenny Parry, they are charging. Dan Collins on fire.
Absolutely. We know he's got a huge crowd support down here, the current Open Iron champion. A lot of pride there, the team from Redhead. They brought the team bus down, but he is leading through a field of about 10. The pack is on. Lots of action out the front. That top 5 looking solid, but points up for grabs and potentially your future in this Iron Series yet to be decided.
You're spot on, Jenny. That is 4th place all the way through to 14th place there. This is 15th. Henry Simpson working his way through that one. Kai Taylor, Odin Parrish, Cooper Williams, Kai Kinsella there as well, going around. A couple of swimmers here. The Australian surf race champion in Cooper Williams, the best body surfer in the world without a shadow of a doubt, Kai Kinsella. He does the World Body Surfing Tour and he's very, very good. Watch for him. He'll find a wave. But they're down outside that top 15 and they're looking to just maybe tack onto the next group, get as many points as they can, while the big boys battle it out in front. Ali Day's gone to the lead, and maybe for the first time, Ethan Callahan, he has to sit in, reevaluate how much he's got left in the tank with 1.5 legs to go, because ski last, Callahan's good. Ali Day, he's the best.
And he's sitting, but yeah, as you said that perfectly, he's sitting behind the best Ironman in the world at the moment. So he's going to learn a lot from this. He's going to grow. Someone who's really impressed me is Callum Brennan, CJ, as we know for nickname. He's an incredible swimmer, and we know we're going to see a lot from him. But he looks like he's moved into 3rd. Riley Harlan, also a renowned swimmer as well. He's sitting in 4th there. We've got Finn Askew not too far away.
Done a great job.
And as Jenny mentioned before, Dan Collins been a little bit unfortunate. He got himself a little lead from that pack, but now he's had to carry that crew through.
Callum Brennan and his brother Riley as well were these young kids that I thought had a lot of talent, but maybe didn't do the work, didn't really understand what it took, maybe just sort of were a little lost. And then in the last couple of years, they've got there and they've got the work done, and they've really come on in leaps and bounds. Great performances at the World Championships. CJ's jumped up into the Shaw and Partners Iron Series, and he's continuing to perform, and I think they're fulfilling their talent and the expectation that a lot of people had on them. So it's so good to see. Jenny Parry, the boys are on their way home. It's go time.
I tell you what, I'm here at Assure and Partners Iron Series. However, it's just not the same because, Brielle, you're not in the race. I miss you.
I know, it was definitely a little bit tricky today watching. This is my favourite format of the Assure and Partners Iron Series. So, yeah, tough to not be out there today, but really excited to be here cheering on Matt.
And you've got your fiancé out there. The nerves are high. We've never seen such a huge field. It's a whole new race.
Yeah, definitely. Having this many people in the field and the length of this race and the format that they're doing is really tricky. And, you know, we've seen the lead change now. And, yeah, throughout the pack, it's been changing the whole race.
Well, great news. We've only got a few legs to go and a nice little wave starting to come through for our swimmers. Brielle, thank you for your time.
That's okay. Thank you.
Queen Bee, Brielle there. Big congratulations to Brielle and Matt as well. Pregnant. Waves are on. We've got a couple of waves come through. So what was a race in 2 is now Ali Day on the beach, and Riley Harlan and CJ Brennan have joined Ethan Callahan. So the old dog and the young guns chasing at the moment. Ali Day goes to the lead with 1 leg to go in Enduro. He's dominated this format for the last couple of years. He won it last summer. He's had a stranglehold on it, and can these young bucks get it done? Ethan Callahan through in 2nd place. The gap now 5 and a bit seconds back from 1st to 2nd, and you don't want to give Ali Day a lead like that. Riley Harlan, CJ Brennan, this will be, well, easily his best result, but his best performance I've ever seen in surf sports. And you let Ali Day go, and he'll take this one away. And these boys, they have to get on his tail right now.
They do. It's going to take something special. Ali Day goes into the ski leg. We know how strong he is on this ski leg, especially when it's last. He's come off the Coolangatta Gold. But when you look at the screen, you've got Ethan Callahan, the next gen in the red, and then we've got 2 trialists coming through. They are having a phenomenal day.
Yeah, great.
And here we go. Dan Collins out in front, still leading that group.
Connor Maggs is back. He's been down, up, down, up, down, up the entire day, but he's back back up into 6th place there. So Dan Collins, Connor Maggs, they grab their ski. The world champion Finn Askew, he'll be tough to beat from here as well. He will fire up and get in on the act. Jackson Borg, Joe Collins, Zach Morris there, Odin Parrish, Joel Piper, Henry Simpson, Kai Kinsella. There's Braden Casamento and Kai Taylor getting into their work and starting to work up and through the transition, but still Ali Day out in front by an absolute mile. These boys sitting tight on that top 20, and you don't want to be outside the 22 because that is a danger zone result. You don't want to be getting those sorts of points as we see Mitch Stitt works his way through there as well, and Sean Riley. Not what you want from these boys. But this is the big moment. Ali Day turns on the outside. He's won so many races in the past. 19 Shaw and Partners Iron Series race wins, 5 overall titles, 4 podium finishes for series. And he's going to get another one if these lads can't do something about it.
Yeah, if anyone's going to go now, it's time to go now to catch Ali Day, because as soon as he turns that apex can, we know he's going to drop the hammer. This is the last leg. The men have been out there for 34 and a half minutes, so fatigue is absolutely at its highest. Ali Day, he looked like he had a moment in that first swim, but he just after that got better and better and better.
Ethan Callahan, Riley Harlan, they are chasing at the moment. They're in 2 and 3. CJ Brennan's close enough if he's good enough as well. Ali Day's got a runner. Ali Day's got a runner. This could be it. If he can get down this one, get some ski speed up through the hole, it'll be all over Red Rover, and he will win round 1, race 1 of the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. I think he's done enough. The race will be for 2nd place for the other boys. He sits back, relaxes, looks over his shoulder and says, not today, boys. The future's coming, but not today.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You can almost see it in his head. He had a little look behind. He's like, I don't want to give up my mantle, not yet. But it did, maybe gave him a little bit of nerves, which would be good for Ali. He really had to fight it out with Ethan Callahan. But Ali Day coming off the Coolangatta Gold, there was a lot of pressure going into this race, and he performed perfectly.
That is exactly right. High fives to his brother Blair there. Looks over the shoulder, salutes the crowd and says, I am number 1. We are closer to the end than we are to the finish of Ali Day's career. So sit back, relax and enjoy. You might not see too many more. He is the past, the present, and probably the future if he wants to be. And he wins race 1 of the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. It's Ali's day today.
And a big congratulations. And here we go. We have Riley Harlan, and it looks like CJ Brennan just pipping out Ethan Callahan, our early leader, and they will be absolutely beside themselves. First podium for Riley, first podium and debut for CJ Brennan, and Ethan Callahan will have to settle for 4th, which will put the fire in the belly.
Oh, heartbreak for him. 1 race, 1 podium for Callum Brennan. Riley Harlan, what a day as well. We were told to watch out for him. Joey Collins, after a mid-race blow-ups, managed to get himself back into it, and he'll finish in 5th place there. So what a performance. That'll set up his weekend. Overall, fantastic job. 5th place for Joe Collins up and around. Dan Collins, no relation from the boys. He'll get 6th in one of his best performances ever. Dan Collins, I think he's had a 4th before, but this will be his 2nd best ever result. Here we go, the charge up. Jolie Piper gets in on the act. Matt Bevilacqua, he's come from the clouds as well. So we had Finn Askew, Jackson Borg, Connor Maggs, Zach Morris, Corey Taylor across the line, a few others. Jenny Parry on the beach. Well, the man, the myth, the legend, Ali Day gets it done again. He owns Endurosurf.
Absolutely. Ali, races like this, winning like this, it never gets old.
Never does. And they get harder too. Hot today, lots of running. I knew that if I put myself in that top 3, 4, 5, I'd sort of be able to claw my sort of way back. And, I feel like Ethan was pretty unlucky. I was lucky this time. I normally lead those M shapes or those longer races, but I had him to chase, and I was lucky I got a wave on him on the board and just picked a really nice wave up in the swim on that last leg to sort of set it up.
You set it up perfectly, you executed perfectly. Something that we love is that champions don't panic. It's a tough soft sand run to start. You knew that if you were there, you're good enough, but there's some young kids coming through.
Oh, let me tell you, yeah, me and Bevy and Kendrick, the oldest guys here, we're at the back in that first sort of ski leg. Those young guys are so quick, and it's awesome to see, actually, to be honest. Having Ethan and Riley right there, I thought, how good is this? This is me 10 years ago, so it's great.
Well, it's so exciting to have you here. The Coolangatta Gold started this season absolutely perfectly. Round 1 done. Come back tomorrow. We'll do it all again.
Thanks heaps, Jenny. Appreciate it. Thanks everyone at home too.
Yeah, he's an absolute superstar. I think Jenny Parry's still on the beach with a couple of very happy young lads who finished on the podium.
I tell you what, CJ Brennan. The trial was fantastic to get your foot into the series, to get the merch, to wear the togs. You're on the podium. How good is this?
I'm so stoked. All the hard work's paying off. It really showed in that race. Using my strengths to run and swimming. It just worked.
Now tell me what those last few waves were like. That ski, you went a little bit further down, did a fantastic job. You held your nerve.
Yeah, I knew I just had to stick to my race plan, which was go south each time off the can, and it paid dividends.
Mate, you've done such an incredible job. Your cheer squad, best on beach. We're going to let you go through now because I want to have a chat to this man. Riley, you've got the pink jersey on. You did this the tough way. You had to go through the trial. You look good there. You look even better today.
Yeah, thank you. It was a very tough race. I did have to go through the trials again, and my trials, I luckily got second in that the first double line, on that day, and then, this race I knew was probably the best. I could push the best, and to get a second was cool.
It's so cool. You're on the podium already. That soft sand run to start. You really set it up beautifully from there.
Yeah, well, I knew that the run I'd want to just get up in front and just work those swims, and it was tough. I was hurting in those swims and those runs, but I just really wanted to get on that podium, and first race is a good start.
First race on the podium, big number ones down the camera. We are so excited for you. Everyone is cheering. What a day.
What a day that is for sure. Stick with us. Plenty more to come after the break. This is the Shaw & Partners Iron Series. Welcome back to Wanda Beach for the Shaw & Partners Iron Series. And, well, it's a new sponsor, new format, new prize money, a lot of new things, but to be completely honest, the same old results. Lana Rogers gets it done in the ladies, and Ali Day wins the day here in the men's. New look podium for the boys, Riley Harlan in second place and CJ Brennan finishing in third. Ethan Callahan was unlucky in fourth place. We head down the page. They're all results that'll count and probably get these gentlemen through to round number 2 in Swansea Belmont in just a few weeks' time. We take a look further down the page. Taylor, fantastic just outside the top 10. And then down at the bottom, that's where things will get interesting for these gentlemen. We're going to cut 6 tomorrow afternoon. After this, only 22 can continue on. There, Tex Dixon, Max Beattie, and of course, Kendrick Louis did not finish. We hope Kendrick recovers nice and quickly. We look forward to the following rounds. We'll be back again tomorrow afternoon. We want to say a huge thank you to Shaw & Partners Financial Services as our naming rights partner, Engine Swimwear and Race One as well as our event partners. And we'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place on SBS for round number 1, race number 2, the Eliminator. On behalf of myself, Courtney Hancock, and the entire team, a big thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow. This has been the Shaw & Partners Financial Services Iron Series, round 1.